Now I'm going to show you how to pull in articles from multiple data sets, electronic data services like PubMed, EBSCOhost, etc. And I'm going to show you how to pull those in and organize those and check for duplicates, delete the duplicates, so that you've got a set of sites that you can then check or scan the abstracts for to see if they apply to your systematic review. And you see, before I've done this, I've created 3 folders here. One for the abstract review, and these are all of the articles that I've already scanned the titles and culled out the ones I don't want. But I need to read the complete abstracts, so I want a list of those. Then after I read the abstracts, I'm going to select a subset of those for a full text review, and I'm going to put those here. And then finally, after I read the full text of a number of different of all these different articles in this data folder, then I'm going to move those to the systematic review, and these will be the final articles that I'll use for my systematic review. But first we need to get the results of the searches into RefWorks. And you see I've already logged in here. But what I'm going to do, let me show you. I've done 2 searches. One is in PubMed, and I'm looking at, I'm searched for resting energy expenditure or basal metabolism and hemodialysis, because what I'm interested in is what are the different ways that resting energy expenditure is measured in hemodialysis patients and subpopulations of those patients. I've also done a search in EBSCOhost, and here are the results. I've already moved them into a folder, and you can see all those here. It's the same search. Obviously it's going to be a little bit different because EBSCOhost is different than PubMed, but I've got my results from 2 different searches here. Now I need to pull both of these in to my RefWorks folder. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to move these the EBSCOhost in. I'm going to click Export, and EBSCOhost has a nifty little tool here where it will export directly to my RefWorks library, and this is assuming that I'm logged on to my library, or if I'm not logged on, it'll ask me to. There are 20 items, so I want to make sure that I save this information. There are 20 pieces of 20 articles that were identified in EBSCOhost. I click Save. It's going to open a new instance of my RefWorks, which is a little annoying, but I can certainly live with that. And then we can see it did it successfully. I'm going to close my old one. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at, here are my last imported. I'm going to this folder right here, because those are the ones I just pulled in. And so I can look down. I want all of these. I want to select all of the references in the list. Okay, and then I'm going to move these all into my abstract review folder. And so you can see it doesn't, so what the system does is it moves all these. You can see now I'm here. Now what I want to be able to do is I want to also import the resting energy expenditure searches from PubMed. So what I do is I go down, and based on titles I select the ones I want, and then I'm going to do Send to, File, and then I'm going to choose, you see there are different selections. I'm going to choose Medline, then I'm going to create that file. Boom, it just saved it there and opened it. Okay, and so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to RefWorks, and I'm going to click Import, and I need to specify my format. My data source is NLM PubMed, and the database is PubMed. Make sure that that's selected if it doesn't do it automatically for you. I want to import it into a particular folder. I want to pull these into my directly into the abstracts review, and I'm going to choose my file, and this is the last result, the one that I just saved. So I'll double click that. Okay, everything looks good. I'm going to import, and so now what you're going to see happen, it may take a little time depending on how many sites you're pulling in, and from PubMed I had 44, as you can see. So 20 citations from EBSCO, 44 from PubMed. Now what I need to do, you see I've got 64 articles in my abstract, 6400 abstract review. Now here's the thing, there are certainly going to be, or almost certainly going to be, overlap. That is to say, some articles that were found in EBSCO are also found in PubMed. So I know I've got duplicates in here, and I need a way to be able to identify those duplicates. So let me show you what to do. I'm going to go under View, and then I'm going to do duplicates, and I'm going to do a close duplicate. And the reason I'm doing that is because sometimes the way that different data services save the reference, they're going to be a little bit different, and so if you do an exact duplicate, you may miss some. So I'm going to do close duplicates, and let's see what it gives me. Well, it identified 6 articles that are duplicates. Okay, so I see I have a Kamimura 2011, and I have another instance. So this was duplicated. I also have a couple there, Kupari, Schultz, etc. And so what RefWorks does is automatically selects the first of the duplicated articles. Okay, so it selected the first Kamimura, it selected the first Kupari, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose selected, okay, and then I'm going to click this little delete button, and what that's going to do is it's going to permanently delete 3 of those 6 references. Okay, so now you see I have no duplicate references, and my number of abstracts that I need to review has now gone from 64 down to 61 because I got rid of the duplicates. So in my records I would have said, well, I had 20 articles from EBSCO, I had 44 from PubMed, pardon the bird, and then after duplicates I had 61 total. So that's how you're going to combine data sets or the results of searches into your RefWorks, and how you can then check for duplicates. And there we go. Now if I want to, now I can read the articles. I could download, you know, this into Word and read it at my leisure. And then once I've gone through and I've selected which ones I want, okay, then I can move those into full text review. So that's how it's done.